Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the very last film in our John Carpenter week. So we reviewed two movies on 4K. This is John Carpenter 4K week. So we're looking at his 4K releases, some of them. We reviewed Prince of Darkness and we reviewed Escape from New York. But today I'm going through my top 5 John Carpenter 4K. Why not a top 10, you ask? Because I don't have many John Carpenter 4Ks. I think I have about 6. Most of the films I have from him are on Blu-ray, but I wanted to have a good look at the 4K transfers. So I've looked at all the other films, the other 4. I've watched those. I've not reviewed them. I've watched them, and to have a look at what's got the best transfer. Obviously, I've got 6, so one of them didn't make the top 5, and that was In the Mouth of Madness. I thought that was probably the weakest transfer out of the lot. But there we go. So I do have the 5 all here ready to go through. So we'll start off at number 5, and now this doesn't mean that they're the worst transfer. It just means that I think that the other transfers were better. They were all good. They were all good. The only weak transfer I have on John Carpenter on 4K is In the Mouth of Madness. So we'll go through these. At number 5 is The Fog. Although it's actually one of my favourite John Carpenter films, I think it's my 3rd favourite John Carpenter film. All 3 of my favourite John Carpenter films are in here. This is probably my 3rd favourite. It was, out of these 5, the transfer was a little bit off at times in the sense of like the grain, and obviously there's a little bit of blur on that on the picture, but apart from that, it's phenomenal. A phenomenal transfer. It's a great film, The Fog. It's about a local island that has secrets, dark secrets, and it's withholding this sort of treasure that this haunted ghost pirate ship, if you will, has come back to reclaim that treasure. And it's about the ghosts and of these pirates are within this fog which overtakes the town, and then people die and stuff to these haunted ghost monsters, if you like. It's a really cool film, really cool, great soundtrack, great acting. Does have the wonderful Tom Atkins in it and Jamie Lee Curtis. Phenomenal, really cool film, but unfortunately it's number 5 in my top 5 John Carpenter 4K transfers. It's number 5. Number 4 is a recent purchase and one that I reviewed this week, and it is Escape to New York. Another fantastic film, another fantastic transfer. This one that I received is in absolute pristine condition, unlike the one I brought from CEX, which has got bits missing. It's disgraceful. They're a disgusting company. I rarely use them. I only use them occasionally now, but when I do use them, I don't buy online anymore. I only buy in the shop if I can have a look, because I brought that one online and it was missing everything out of it. But anyway, this one came in phenomenal condition, and it's a really cool film about Snake, who's this guy going to Manhattan. This is set in the future, supposedly, but it's not the future now, because it's sort of like based around now. And Manhattan's been turned into a maximum security prison, and where the prisoners are allowed to roam riot. There's a big wall around the river, so they can't cross. If they do try, they get killed, or if they try and come over the bridge, they get killed. But he's on his way there because he's committed some crimes, and he's ex-military. But the president's aeroplane has crashed into Manhattan, and they've offered him immunity if he will go in and bring him out. So it's about a rescue mission in Escape from New York. Really cool sort of futuristic sci-fi horror. Really cool, amazing cast. It has the wonderful Kurt Russell, Donald Pleasance. It has Isaac Hayes. It has Lee Van Cleef. The cast is phenomenal. Tom Atkins again is in this one. I think is he in most of them? No, he's not in all of them, but yeah, he's in a number of them. But so that's really cool. So number 4, my favourite 4K transfers is Escape to New York. Number 3 is my second favourite John Carpenter film of all time, and it's Halloween. This is a really cool transfer onto 4K, released by Lionsgate. Yeah, it's a good transfer, but it's it does have a lot of grain and a bit of blur in there, but it is still a really cool transfer. It's the best the film's ever looked, to be honest. It's really, really cool. I wish another company would get hold of it though and do another, get the master tapes and do another remaster restoration on it, because I think it could look even better. But it does look really, really cool. This is a great release from them. This is the story of a child killer who grows up to be a serial killer called Michael Myers. He stalks the town, he kills teenagers, and because he killed his sister when he was young and he was put away in like a sort of a mental institution, which he escapes from. And the doctor pursues him. The doctor is played by Donald Pleasance. We have Donald Pleasance. We have Jamie Lee Curtis in this. It's such a cool, wonderful, groundbreaking slasher movie from the very late 70s. So my third favourite transfer on 4K from John Carpenter is Halloween. I think you know what my favourite's going to be. You're wrong. It isn't The Prince of Darkness. That's the second. Because I gave this a massive shout out when I brought it. I thought, oh, this is the best looking film I have of John Carpenter on 4K. It's The Prince of Darkness. It's a wonderful film. It's a great transfer. It's phenomenal, and the set is again immaculate condition, and it's a wonderful, wonderful set. Really cool. Great film starring once again the amazing Donald Pleasance, and Alice Cooper's in this one. Really cool film. Unfortunately, it just got peeped off by another 4K that I thought, no, it's not going to be as good as this, but it was. But that is number 2, and number 1 is my favourite John Carpenter film, and the actual transfer on it is the best one out of all of them in 4K, and it's The Thing. Because it's got the natural grain still in the film, so the detail is really cool, and the darks are really, really dark on this. It looks phenomenal, but I think it wins simply because of it being in the snow white background with the darks. It just easily becomes more scary and terrifying. This is an incredible film by John Carpenter. It's a kind of remake on The Thing from Another Planet, which is the same story. It's a great film about a crew that are doing scientific experiments in the Arctic, and they've stumbled across a Norwegian group that have found something in the ice and the snow. It looks like it's a flying saucer, and they find a creature, but the creature has sort of come back to life, and the creature inherits its host. And it starts off where it inherits a dog, and the dog comes up to the camp, and it comes out of the dog and then starts taking these people out one by one, and nobody knows who the thing is in next and who's been infected by this thing alien. And it's a who is it sort of kind of film, which I think it was initially going to be called Who Goes There. I'm sure it was going to be called something like that. But anyway, fantastic film. Once again, starring incredible Kurt Russell. Amazing, amazing film. And that is my favourite 4K transfer of John Carpenter. And that is The Thing. So there we go. So that is the last video in this week. I've enjoyed this week. I said I was going to review The Thing. But what happened was, I thought I want to do a top, because I bought these two and the transfers were fantastic, and I wanted to have a look at all the others that I have in 4K to see which other ones were better than this. I thought I'm going to do a top 5 instead of reviewing this. It doesn't mean I'm not going to review it on my channel. I think I tried to review it again about a year or two ago, but it got blocked, like a straight red block, because of the copyright on it. And I thought I don't want to put this up without any clips on it, because it's pointless. I've had a few videos lately going through that where I've had to get YouTube to cut it, just so I can put them up. But anyway, that is my top 5 favourite 4K transfers. That doesn't mean it's my top 5 films of John Carpenter. I believe they are: 1, The Thing; 2, Halloween; 3, The Fog; 4 is Prince of Darkness; and number 5. What did I say my 5th John Carpenter film was? I think I put The Ward as my 5th favourite. But yeah, really cool films. Amazing. No, my 5th favourite was Assault on Precinct. So that was my 5th favourite of his films. They Live, it's okay, but it wasn't in my. It was in my top 10. But it's about number 10. But my top 5 are The Thing, Halloween, Fog, Prince of Darkness, and Assault on Precinct 13, I think it's called. But anyway, fantastic. I don't have that on 4K. But anyway, that's my 4K transfers. Thanks for coming in this week, guys. Check out some other channels, please. Check out Grumpy Andrew's Horror House, Mondo Chekovic. Check out Skin Crawler, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Horror Hands, Horror Geek, and Sammy G's World of Cinema. And a massive shout out to my lad. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I'll see you all soon.
Noodle eggs?